Panic hit Tinubu as the UN reveals this bad news. The recent coup in Niger led by General Abdurrahmane Chiani has raised concerns about the potential escalation of terrorism in West Africa, as warned by the US Secretary General Special Representation for West Africa, Leonard Simon. Speaking from Accra, Ghana, Sima emphasized the urgency of addressing the crisis promptly to avoid further destabilization in the region. The UN envoy strongly condemned the overthrow of Nigerian President Mahmoud Bazoum on July 26 and voiced support for the ECOWAS efforts to restore constitutional order and uphold democratic gain in the country. He pointed out that the unfounding crisis not only threatens security but also negatively impacts the lives of the 4.3 million people in Niger who require humanitarian resistance. Simao acknowledged that Niger and the entire region do not need coup d'etat but deserve peace, democratic governance and prosperity. To address the situation, the ECOWAS leaders convened an extraordinary summit on the crisis and demanded the return of the democratically elected president to power within a week. Failure to comply would result in the imposition of financial sanctions on Niger and the closure of air and land borders by the 15-member bloc. In response, the military governments in neighboring Mali and Burkina Faso warned that the use of force in Niger would be seen as a declaration of war. Sima expressed hope that peaceful negotiation would prevail and the plans to engage with authorities in Mali to discuss the matter further. He highlighted that ECOWAS prioritizes seeking a peaceful resolution or solution to this crisis, and any decision regarding military action lies with them and not the UN. However, Simon expressed concern that if measures are not taken promptly, terrorism could spread further in the region, while he hoped for a resolution without regional conflict. He stressed that the importance of addressing the crisis urgently to avoid potential escalation. Meanwhile, US Secretary General Antonio Guterres has expressed deep concern over reports of the arrest of several members of Niger's government. He called for the strict adherence to Niger's international human rights obligation and prompt restoration of constitutional order. The UN and humanitarian partners remain committed to providing vital aid to vulnerable segments of the population, and they urge all parties to create conducive operating environment for their efforts. In conclusion, the Niger crisis poses a significant threat to the stability of Africa, and the international community, led by ECOWAS, is closely monitoring the situation. The primary goal remains the restoration of constitutional order and democratic governance in Niger to avoid further escalation of terrorism and humanitarian challenges in the region. All parties involved are urged to prioritize peaceful negotiations to find a resolution to the crisis. The world watches with concern as events unfold, hoping for a swift and peaceful resolution to the situation in Niger. They must do the needful to avoid all this panic and fears. Do the needful, but unfortunately these politicians, they want to eat their cake and have it. It is not possible. Good governance will automatically by default eradicate any fear of or any form of coup in the first place. You see why the whole thing is difficult. The Niger Republic people are even happy. They are not even bothered, because even the so-called democracy they say they have been practicing, we help. We help. Tinubu should be careful, because half of our military are from Niger and Mali. Some of them are Boko Haram that are being converted into our military. Are you serious? The African leaders mostly are puppets in the hands of those that grant various land independence, so pathetic to the point that there is nothing they can do to help the situation. These countries feeds feed on wealth of Africa and rebuild their own state while this place lies in a ruin. The revolution is certain, nothing will stop it. By this exposition, it reveals that EU is apparently in support of all the wicked leaders in Africa as they directly benefit from it. Asking a thief to catch a rogue, dead brain African leaders, the world is coming to an end. The revolution that is coming is certainly inevitable. This is because the criminality underlying the refusal to repair their four refineries in Nigeria is going to be the strong and convincing reason for the revolution. The refusal to repair the four refineries is deliberate, evil, and wicked.